Hi everyone, so in today's video we will have a look on some operators. Let's have a look on AND operator. So you might be already knowing its example because if you studied some concepts of programming you might be knowing that, but still this is in the syllabus, that means in the content. So as a tutorial we have to cover everything, right? So we will study about AND operator now. So in the upcoming video we will study about OR and other operators, so and how we can use it in an if condition. Okay, so what actually AND operator means, you can have a look on this. Have you heard about this AND gate? So the same thing is AND operator, right? So in the AND gate, if A B both are 1, then only the output is 1, right? So somewhat similar case. So we will take a small example. So let's say if x is equal to 10 and y is let's not go for 10, let's go for some equal, let's go for some greater than stuff. If x is equal to 10, greater than 10, and y is less than, let's say, 40, then you may need to switch on an LED. So some fundamentals, right? So LED on. Okay, you want such a scenario, let's say. Otherwise, that means if that is false, you want the LED to be off. LED off, right? So we will first I will simply define two variable x and y. Int x, okay, int y. Some basic fundamental things, so nothing to worry actually. Int x, int y. Then I will write a pin mode because I have to switch on an LED, right? Pin mode let's say 13. Okay, output, that's okay, right? So then obviously I will come here, I will write the if condition, right? So if first, before assigning the values to x and y, so I will first write it. X is greater than 10, okay, and so how to have this and this, we have a symbol double what do you call double and symbol, right? You know what this is, right? And so double and symbol is the AND operator symbol, right? Double and two ends you have to come, it has to come next to each other, and y is less than 40. Okay, so then maybe I have to switch on the LED, right? So I will write digital write 13 high. So otherwise okay, I will have an else. You know how to handle the else now, right? So those things we studied in the previous tutorials. So else, let's have copy digital write 13, okay, low. Okay, so what is the thing is basically okay, well, let's have a look on this. So the thing is, let's say x is 15. Okay, I didn't assign the values yet. Let's say x is 15. Okay, so that means this part that I have highlighted now is true. Okay, true, that is true. But the other part, let's say y is 50, so that is more than 40, so that is not true, that is false. So if one is true and the other thing is false, what is the total condition of this if? Let's forget about that. Oh my god, what is the totally whether it is true or false? That is the question, because only in total if it is true we can get into that if condition, right? Because the total means within these two brackets, right? Not that bracket, within these two brackets. Let's again give me a pain. Okay, doesn't matter. So within these two brackets we have to have true, right? But we have two conditions to be checked. So when we can have true as a whole within these two brackets, so if one is true and other one is false, what is that? True or false? If both are false, then we can say yes, it has to be false. or one is true enough or both should be true. So that is what we have to think about AND operator. So in case of AND operator, okay, in case of AND operator, if you want to get true within the whole condition checker, you have to have both to be true. Okay, if you have one to be true, that whole will not be true, the whole will be false. Okay, the full if condition will be false if one is true, if one is only true. Only if both of them are true, the whole if condition will become true in the AND operator. So here also you can see we talk about that x is greater than 10 and y is less than 40, LED on. That means both has to be happening. To make the LED on, both should be true, we cannot have one. Okay, so logically talking, both should be true. Okay, so if you have any issues, you can just Google what you can Google is, you Google AND operator, maybe AND gate, you can take AND gate truth table. So there should be two inputs and outputs normally. So you should see that all the two inputs are true, then only there will be output true. In every other case, that means one input is true, other input is false, or both are false. In every other case, the output will be false. So both has to be true, right? So logically thinking, this is you can understand that. Otherwise, you can Google this. So x is an input, y is an input to the if condition, right? So to check that, so both has to be true. If you have an AND operator in between, both of these two conditions has to become true to make this whole if condition true. Otherwise, even if a single part of this AND operator is false, the whole AND operation is, the whole if condition is false. You understand? So you can have more than one also, you can have three also. You can have another variable and you can have another checking after this AND. Okay, maybe z is equal to 50. So even z is false, other two are true, still the whole if condition is false. Okay, so you should remember this. So when we have AND operator, so we should remember the both side of the particular AND operator should be true to make everything true. Okay, so first we will think about this. So I will assign values to x and y here. So otherwise it's false. So if condition false means it will go to the else condition, right? So logically talking, correct. So I will say x is equal to 20. Okay, 28. Okay, that's fine. And y is equal to, maybe less than 40, no, 15. So now both are true. X is greater than 10 is true, y is less than 40 is true. So in this scenario, this whole if condition will become true, right? So LED will be on. Okay, so if I make one thing as false, let's say I will increase the y value maybe 650. So now this part is false now. So since one part is false, now we will check which is the operator. We have AND operator in between. So both has to be true, otherwise the whole is false. So one part is false, that means the whole if condition is false. Understood? So this will skip that if condition and it will enter into the else condition and switch off the LED light. So that is your task is, right? Only if both of them are true, x is greater than 10 and y is less than 40. Only if both are true, we should switch on the LED. Otherwise, we should switch off the LED, right? So that is what the thing is happening actually. So if you have any more questions, what you can do is you can simply check for the AND gate truth table. So that will kind of look like this is output one. Let's say let's say this is input one x, this is y, and this is the output. Output means you can think like whether it get into the output means you can think like the total if condition checker. Okay, so if this is 0, this is 0, that means false, right? This is 0, I will have false. If this false, oh my god, why does it taking my soul? If this false, the output is false in AND operator, right? So then if this false, why pain, man? If false and this is true, because one is true, okay, y is true, x is false, let's say. Okay, so then the output is false. Okay, in AND operator, right? Both has to be true. If this is true and this is false, still the output is false. So we know, right? AND means AND, both has to be true. and this and that has to be true. Not single one is not enough. So both, the final is that state. So if both are true, then only this will be true. So the X condition checker and Y condition checker, both has to be true to make the if condition to be true. So this output in sense of output is the whole if condition, right? Okay, so you should remember, right? So this part X, this part Y, and whole if condition means the whole what do you call this part, this together. So to make this whole if condition true, we should have X part and Y part to be true. That means this line should happen. If you make one part false, the whole if condition will become false and the coding will get into the else part. Understood? So I think I deleted the code. So if you want, I can rewrite it. That's a mistake. So what am I doing, guys? What am I doing? Why am I messing around? So this has to be low. So understood, right? So I will stop here because we are done. In the upcoming video, next videos, we will study about the other operators like OR and things like that. And also you can think about a real-time example. So maybe this can be temperature, okay, and this can be humidity, H. So if temperature is more than a particular value, okay, and humidity also more than a particular value, okay, then you have to raise an alarm. Okay, so to raise the alarm, maybe you can connect the alarm to pin number 13 and give a high signal on the pin number 13. So if both are only more than a particular value, then you have to do. So maybe if temperature is more than, let's say more than 50, more than 30, and humidity is more than, I'm just saying, right, more than, let's say 80, then you have to raise an alarm. Okay, so you know something issue is going on. Okay, or let's say this is temperature and the next one is smoke levels. So let's say temperature and S, so that will make more sense. So to find out there is a fire, to interpret there is some fire in the building automatically, so you should have the temperature is more than a particular value, and the smoke level is more than a particular value. So then you can say, okay, there is fire, because fire will create smoke, right? So both has to be high. So if only temperature is high, there might not be fire if there's no smoke, or if there is only smoke without temperature, still there may not be a fire. Only both are high, there may be a fire. Then you have to raise an alarm. Let's say number 13 is the alarm pin. If you give high on the pin number 13, the alarm will rise. Let's think about such a scenario. So now we will say we will have an AND operator. So if let's say the temperature is more than 50, okay, more than 30, let's say 35, and smoke level is now 90, let's say. Okay, so I'm just saying, right, just saying the numbers. So now see, temperature more than 30 is also true, smoke level is more than 80 is also true. So because this is 35, then the smoke is 90, so that means there's a higher chance of there is a fire, right? So we will switch on that alarm only if both are true. Let's say if one is false, let's say smoke is like 60, so then we say, okay, there is some temperature rise, there's no fire because there's no smoke. So then at this case, even though temperature is more than 30, but smoke is not more than 80, I'm sorry, smoke is not more than 80, smoke is less than 80 because smoke is 60 now. So then we will think, okay, there's no fire, because if one part is become false, smoke part become false, it shouldn't be Y, I'm sorry, it has to be S. Smoke part becomes false, that means the whole if condition is false, so we will think there's no fire and we will come here. So this is why actually we use if condition, AND operators in if condition for our purposes. Like, so now you can understand from a real world example how to do this. And sorry for this is not Y, this is S, right? So again, thanks for watching. Consider subscribing us. I will catch you up in the next video. So if you want to have a look at the code, you can have now. I will scroll it up. Thanks everybody.